Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. It is the invisible bond that connects two hearts, the unspoken agreement that whispers, "You are safe with me." But what happens when that trust is weaponized? When the gentle smile and the perfect manners hid a dark and twisted secret? When the love you believe in is nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion? In a world where appearances deceive and love becomes a trap, a chilling reminder that not all monsters look the part, and sometimes the person you trust the most is the one with the darkest intentions. As you turn the pages, prepare to be drawn into a web of suspense, emotional conflict, and gut-wrenching deception. It is not just a cautionary tale about love. It is a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of trusts. Amelia sat quietly at the back of the church, the peaceful hum of the congregation soothing her soul. It was her favorite time of the week, a moment of reflection and calm. As the service ended and the congregation began to leave, she noticed the man approaching her. He was tall, handsome, and his smile was warm and inviting. "Hi, I am Noah," he said, extending his hand. Amelia smiled back and introduced herself. They started chatting, first about the service, then about life. Noah seemed different, confident, kind, and genuine. Their conversation felt natural, as if they had known each other for many years. From that day on, Noah and Amelia became friends. He was always there for her, taking her out for dinners, buying her small thoughtful gifts, and making her feel special. Noah was wealthy, living in a beautiful luxury house. It was grand, with polished floors, large windows, and a perfect garden. Amelia felt like she had stepped into a fairy tale. After months of growing closer, Noah surprised her with an offer she never expected. "I want to take you to Dubai," he said, his voice full of excitement. "We can go for shopping, relax, and have the best time together." Amelia couldn't believe it. Dubai has always been her dream destination. Their trip was magical. They visited iconic spots, shopped in glamorous malls, and Noah spared no expense, treated her like a queen, always the perfect gentleman. One night, while they were having dinner, Noah shared something important with her. "I believe that intimacy should wait until marriage," he told her. "It's just the way I was raised, and I want to honor that with you." Amelia admired his values. She was touched by his respect for her and gladly agreed. Their bond felt stronger than ever. After their return from Dubai, Noah talked about marriage. He suggested they do tests to ensure they were both wealthy and compatible. "It's just to make sure we are both fine. Blood test and few others, to be safe," he said. Amelia trusted him completely and agreed. The test came back fine, and they both seemed perfect for each other. Everything seemed to be falling into place. 2 months later, Amelia decided it was time for Noah to meet her family. Her parents adored him, impressed by his poise and generosity. Noah, however, remained evasive when it came to his own family. He hinted at introducing Amelia to his parents, but told her it would have to wait until after another trip. This time, he suggested they go to Singapore to shop for their engagement. Amelia couldn't have been happier, and the idea of shopping for their engagement in Singapore was thrilling. When they arrived, they checked into a beautiful hotel, and Noah was as caring as ever. But on their last night in Singapore, things took a turn. Noah, who had always insisted on waiting until marriage, suddenly initiated intimacy. Amelia was confused but trusted him. They also drank wine, celebrated their future. She drank more than usual, and before she knew it, everything went dark. The next time Amelia saw herself was in a cold hospital room. Machines surrounded her, their beeping filling the air. She tried to move, but a sharp pain shot through her side. Panicked, she looked around. Noah was gone. A nurse approached her, concern on her face. "Where am I? What happened?" Amelia's voice trembled. The nurse looked down at her charts. "You've had a surgery. One of your kidneys was removed." Amelia's heart sank. "What? I never agreed to that." Her mind raced, trying to understand what has happened. The nurse paused, hesitant. "You signed the consent forms, miss. Everything was legal." Amelia's head spun. Signed? How could she have signed something like that? She racked her brain, trying to remember, but everything from that night was a blur. Had Noah forged her signature? How did this happen? She thought back to all the trust she had placed in him, and it felt like the world was collapsing around her. Noah was nowhere to be found. The man who had promised her a future, who had taken her to the finest places, who had treated her with such care, had betrayed her in the worst possible way. She thought about the house he had taken her to, the luxury that surrounded her. She later learned it was all but rented. The life he had shown her was just a facade. Everything about him had been a lie, a well planned illusion to earn her trust. Devastated, Amelia returned home and reported Noah to the police. They started an investigation, but Noah had vanished, leaving no trace. The man she had loved and trusted had used her in the most horrifying way. Sitting alone in her room, Amelia was left with questions that had no answers. How had she allowed this to happen? Had she really signed the consent form? Or had Noah learned to copy her signature perfectly? The confusion and betrayal were overwhelming. Through the pain, Amelia learned a painful lesson. Trust is a delicate thing, and not everyone who appears kind and loving can be trusted. Noah had hidden his true nature behind wealth and charm, and she had paid the price for it. The search for Noah continued, but for Amelia, the emotional scars would take far longer to heal than the physical ones. She had to rebuild her life piece by piece, and never again would she take someone's trustworthiness for granted.